Shalom, Yom Yerushalayim Sameach. What does Yerushalayim mean to me? I'll tell you a story. My father-in-law, Zichrono Livracha, was privileged, and we were privileged, that towards the end of his life he made Aliyah and he lived near us in Yerushalayim. One day I came home and he was shining from ear to ear, and I asked him, Father, did something occur today? And he said, tell your story. I went to Kupat Cholim, to the Mirpa'ah in Ramat Eshkol. He had a certain condition which was not so pleasant, it needed to be treated, it was painful. I didn't know why going to the Mirpa'ah would cause him pleasure. So he continued and he said, I was riding on the bus and I saw a sign that said Har HaTzofim. Now, my father-in-law was very musical, and he said, I saw a sign saying Har HaTzofim. So I began singing quietly to myself, Me'al Pisgat Har HaTzofim. He said, Har HaTzofim is a mirpa'ah. Har HaTzofim is a Tefilla. What happened? He began singing. There was a lady sitting next to him, also an elderly lady. They didn't know each other. She began singing with him, and soon the man across the aisle on the bus was singing too. And the lady here, and the man here, and the bus driver, and soon the whole bus was singing Me'al Kiskat Har HaTzofim. What does that mean to me? I think my father-in-law, Zichrono Livracha, was mesmerized by the fact that Har HaTzofim is Alfei Dorot Chalamnu Alai. For thousands of years we dreamt of you. Har HaTzofim is prophecies, it's nevuot, it's tefillot, and suddenly you find yourself living next to Har HaTzofim. Har HaTzofim is real, it's here, I can touch it. That's that's what I feel about Yerushalayim. We're living in the middle of prophecies. The Navi Zechariah at the beginning of the days of Bayit Sheni said, O Yeshvu Zekenim U'Zekenot B'Rechovot Yerushalayim. Old men and old women will live in the squares. Rechovot is not streets, it's squares. Will sit in the squares of Jerusalem. V'ish maklo v'yado mirov yamin. And a person will hold a walking stick, a cane, because of old age. What the Navi means is a day will yet come when people grow old in Jerusalem, when they don't die because of wars, when they don't die because of plagues, people will grow old in Jerusalem. And he continues, and children will play in the streets, in the squares of Jerusalem. We see that on any sunny day in Jerusalem. And Navi Zechariah continues and says, Ki palei be'inei she'erik ha'am hazeh b'yamim ha'en gam be'inai palei na'um Hashem tzvaot. The Navi continues, if this vision that there will come a day when there's security in Jerusalem and children can play in the squares, in the parks, when people will sit and sun themselves and they'll actually grow old in Jerusalem, if this seems to be a wondrous vision to you, it's wondrous to me, says Hashem, but it will happen. And if it was wondrous to Zechariah, we live this nevuah. So for me, Yerushalayim is the meeting point between our lives and tefillot of 2,000 years, nevuot of 2,500 years. And the privilege we have of seeing these nevuot, Mitzion Tetzei Torah, seeing these nevuot alive today. I think as we celebrate Yom Yerushalayim, we need also to reflect, because the privilege of living in the middle of Nevuot, living in the middle of prayers that have been fulfilled, even though they haven't been fulfilled 100%, we don't have complete security. We know, my family certainly knows that we pay a very heavy price for our lives here in Israel. Nevertheless, we also know what we have, and I believe this imposes upon us a responsibility to fulfill the words of the Nevi'im, to create unity amongst our people, and of course to spread Torah, to strengthen Torah and our traditions amongst our people, so that Be'ezrat Hashem will also merit the vision of Yeshayahu and Mincha, V'na'aru elav kol ha'amim, all the nations will come up to Jerusalem and say, Ki Mitzion tetzei Torah. Yom Yerushalayim Sameach.